Mr. Men is a series of children's books created in 1971 by Roger Hargreaves. A character's name in Mr. Men is their dominant personality after the word Mr. So if a Mr. Men character was a gamer, he would be called Mr. Gamer. Over the past 52 years, 50 Mr. Men books have been made, which shows that there are a lot of personalities. Your political views are part of your personality. There is a political spectrum, there is a left and there is a right. And today we'll be focusing on the left. In fact, the radical left, the people who know that Donald Trump is the brother of Stalin and the cousin of Mao. The radical left is often found on Twitter, and today we're going to sift through each of the Mr. Men and see if they impress the radical left. Let's begin. So, Mr. Tickle sure does like to tickle people. In a radical leftist view, it may look like some sort of sexual assault. So Mr. Tickle is officially cancelled. Go home, Tickle. Go home. I was originally going to say that Mr. Greedy would impress a liberal, but I'm pretty sure the body positivity thing only works with women, so I'll leave it up for debate. Mr. Happy is just a wholesome 100 dude. More so than Big Chungus, Big Chungus, Big Chungus. I don't think he'll piss off anyone, so this is a definite yes in my book. Mr. Nosy is a privacy invader. Some of the social medias the left use, like TikTok, are also privacy invaders. Mr. Nosy would impress a lib. Mr. Sneeze is a big no. He sneezes all the time and does so without wearing a damn mask. Mr. Bump, arguably the most iconic of the entire Mr. Men squad, is also the first Mr. Man where I have no comment on. If you think you've got a reason why Mr. Bump will or will not impress a radical leftist, or if any other Mr. Men I have no comment on, let me know in the comments below. Mr. Snow, on the other hand, is a big no! He's white! Mr. Messy would impress a massive Democrat, as their daddy issues are one big mess indeed. Oh! Mr. Topsy Turvy, no comment. Mr. Silly, I'll say yes because Joe Biden is a bit silly. He likes to scream, SODA! Mr. Uppity, Mr. Snooty will not be accepted by those darn libs because he's rich. He's got fat stacks and super PACs. The libs say, eat the rich. I'm not too sure on Mr. Small, to be honest, but I will say the liberals will accept him because there are a lot of pedophiles on Twitter. For Mr. Daydream, I'll say yes because that's what Biden does. And is it just me, or does Mr. Daydream look at the Tory logo? Does that mean Mr. Daydream is a Tory? Just like James Marriott? Mr. Forgetful? Yes, because Biden forgets things. He's old. Mr. Jelly is a colossal pussy who is scared of everything, just like the soy Democrat. Hell yeah, he'll fit in. I have no real comment on Mr. Noisy. I'll just say he won't get accepted by the libs because he is a colossal nuisance. Mr. Lazy will definitely get accepted as he is sleepy like Sleepy Joe. I wonder if Mr. Lazy dreams about ice cream and touching little girls' shoulders, just like Biden. Mr. Funny will not be accepted as he likes to make jokes. Jokes are offensive to the radical left. Mr. Mean is broken onto the book, so he gets a pass. No comment on Mr. Chatterbox. Maybe a pass because he's very vocal, but then again, he stops the rest of the left from being vocal. The comments must have a better answer. Mr. Fussy is fussy like the libs. If they see any food with gluten or animal products in, there's no way they'll eat it. No comment on Mr. Bounce. How can I comment? All he does is bounce. What does bouncing have to do with politics? Mr. Muddle gets mixed up, just like Biden during his speeches. That means Mr. Muddle is a certified lib. Woohoo! Well done, Mr. Muddle. No comment on Mr. Dizzy. Mr. Impossible does things that are humanly impossible. That means he won't impress the libs as he would just be thought of as a show-off. I mean, come on. The left tried to cancel Mr. Beast when he made blind people see. Mr. Strong is far from the perfect liberal. He eats eggs. Eggs are an animal product. Also, he is a bodybuilder, which is fatphobic. Mr. Grumpy is always in a fucking steamy mood. He must live in Birmingham. He is the opposite of Mr. Happy. Since Mr. Happy got a pass, I'll say Mr. Grumpy won't be accepted by AOC. Mr. Clumsy kinda looks like a Discord mod. I don't think Twitter users cancel pedophiles, so I'll say he'll be accepted. Mr. Quiet, no comment. As you can see, Mr. Rush is running, and running is fatphobic, meaning he isn't a lib. Grr. No comment from Mr. Tall. Neither have I really got a good one from Mr. Worry. I guess he's accepted because libs worry about Trump. Grr. Mr. Nonsense also gets the left impressed as he talks nonsense like Joe Biden. Joe Biden describes America as excuse me. This is my adventure with Xi Jinping. Mr. Wrong is pretty similar to Mr. Nonsense, so he also gets a pass. Also, Joe Biden is wrong. Mr. Skinny is skinny, and being skinny is fatphobic. He must be a conservative. Mr. Mischief. I'll say yes if you call riots just plain old mischief. I prefer Mischief being walking into the back of McDonald's again. Mr. Clever is, guess what? Clever, and clever people often get silenced by the stupid Democrats who follow what the media says. The libs are pissed off. Mr. Busy is the opposite of Mr. Lazy, who got accepted by the libs, so he won't be accepted. Mr. Slow is perhaps the oldest of the Mr. Men. You know who is also old? Joe Biden. He is a lib for sure. Mr. Brave is the opposite of Mr. Jelly, who was accepted, so Mr. Brave, big Republican. Mr. Grumble complains about everything, just like the darn libs when someone is a straight white man. He is accepted. Mr. Perfect is pretty much like Mr. Happy, to be honest, because Mr. Happy was accepted, so will he. Same here with Mr. Cheerful. Accepted. Mr. Cool made someone with chicken pox have an amazing day, which included sledge riding down Mount Everest, which would scare a Democrat. Mr. Cool is therefore not cool to libs. I'm in shock, Mr. Cool. Mr. Rude calls fat people fatty, meaning he is fatphobic. Mr. Rude is therefore a right-winger. Mr. Good is white. No love from the libs whatsoever. Not good. Mr. Nobody is seen as white. So, no love from the libby libs. Mr. Marvelous's hair is coloured green. This means he is most likely a liberal. And if you are a liberal, you'll most likely be loved by liberals. Mr. Adventure likes to go on exhilarating adventures, which means he is as hard as nails. No love from those liberals. And finally, we're at the final Mr. Man. He was only created 2 years ago. Mr. Calm is the most moderate of the Mr. Men, so the libs find him neutral. So, most of the Mr. Men have been accepted by the liberals. We don't have to cancel the Mr. Men. Subscribe or, no more Mr. Men. Peace out. Hey guys, do you want to see a funny joke? Mr. Tickle wanted to marry the girl of his dreams. However, Tess was reluctant to take his surname.